Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
I'd really like to see Ronaldinho given freedom on the left flank here, Peter.
Yeah, the idea being that, of course, he can make good use of those dancing feet.
Yeah, and playing out wide just gives him more room and allows him to come inside onto his stronger foot, either to shoot or to link up with those who are congregating centrally.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
John Burry clearly should have gone for the...
And Cruyff! Zanetti just loves to go forward whenever he can. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Not the most accurate pass.
Pele really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And here's Cantona.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Pelé. And here's a player who has defined a generation.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Thuram gets across to intercept that. Thuram running with the ball. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Now that's well seen too. Ronaldinho, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Van Basten is herring after that one.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Looking for a runner. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Vieira. Mateus. Now it's Cruyff. Almost half an hour in now.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Mateus. He's a sharp little ball.
Big chance! And he's found the net!
That is so good, such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
That has really stirred things up, and if they carry on like this, things might even get louder here.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, that's well spotted. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Oh, he's found support out wide.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Mateus unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, this looks sharp. Ambitious ball here. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Vieira. Now it's Cruyff. Passing is crisp and sharp. Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Ronaldinho. Oh, red, nice interception. Now it's Cruyff. That's a decent clearance.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
There's the whistle for half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Leading 1-0 at the break.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Nijmegen definitely want to...
Pele! Superb from Pele! He's got himself an absolute peach. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another. Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
And the referee's awarded a free kick. This could spell real trouble. We know he has already been booked. And he has taken a dim view of this, a second yellow, and that means red. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Chonburi are down to 10 men. Vieira. Oh, good-looking ball. Cruyff. That'll be a throw-in. And it's Vieira. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And it's played into the middle.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
And Batistuta! Oh, glorious Bati goal!
Surprise, surprise, who else? The ideal time and the ideal man to do it. This is going to liven up the second half.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Cruyff. Mateus plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Almost an hour gone. That is good alertness. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Mateus. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Great work on the overlap.
There's much frustration.
Oh, he's been caught on. Can he finish? It's anyone's ball now. And one more try. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now. Great chance here from position A1. Cruyff! Oh, how good is he? About as smooth as it gets. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. That was beautiful, something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match. So it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Just a quick announcement, and an exciting one too. We're about to announce today's lottery numbers. Please watch the screen if you have a ticket.
So it is that time again. Every team looks to write its own special script. Moments like this are to be savoured. Hopes are high. A good start. That is what they all want. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, I've always liked this guy, Jordan Henderson. Someone who has had unrealistic expectations to live up to, but his athleticism, his improved passing, the fact that he's become more adventurous has definitely made him a much better player, and all underpinned by...
And the finish! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Out towards the flank. And here's the chance to counter. And this is Van Basten. Iniesta. Iniesta goes on a run down the left wing. Now it's Dembele. Now it's Pulisic. Driving through the middle. Now Costa Curta. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Iniesta. A header! Vieira gets good distance on it. And that's definitely not his best. It's a pretty loose pass. So we're still where we started right now. And he's looking to catch him up. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And this is Batistuta.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous.
Dembele. And it's Zanetti. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that is as far as they're going to go. And here's Dembele. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Batistuta going about things with real menace. Threads one in. Thuram cuts it out. Arsenal have reclaimed it. Arsenal look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Mateus gets across and deals with it. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. There's the shot! Dispatched clinically. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly have time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's really changed the mood in the stands, Peter. It ought to encourage more positive football, a more front-footed approach. It's got to be. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And here's Dembele. Iniesta. Jordan Henderson has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And here's Dembele. Shoots! He's scored! And And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't...
Big chance! And he's found the net! And they get themselves in front! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So we have a breakthrough. Now, can he finish? Oh, it's hit the post. So what can they make of this? McAllister is always looking to break lines. Messi. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Added time.
And this is Iniesta. A probing pass. Oh, that's a key interception. There's the whistle for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football. And it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. He's had a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Iniesta. Dembele running with the ball. McAllister, who's set up one goal so far. And it's Van Basten. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
No way he was going to let him past. Van Basten. He's through, now is he in? Oh, shooting chance! Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Cruyff, and this is Batistuta. And that pass just didn't quite work. Iniesta. Iniesta goes pelting down that left-hand side. Iniesta. And he shoots! He scores! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Batistuta! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. So a big chance now from 12 yards. Now, power or placement? Iker Casillas somehow saves it. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Iniesta. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself...
Just the goalkeeper to beat. Nesta. McAllister. Messi. And here's Pulisic. Shot a goal! Goal! Arsenal! And the comeback is complete. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
66 minutes is number 23, McAllister. Substitution on the field, number 15.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh, it's Dembele. Plays a sharp little ball here. Spread out to the left. He's free, he has got... And the shot! Taken goal, and this is getting better and better. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Now that looks a decent ball. Great chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Face to face with the keeper. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. Kalulu has been sent off. It was deemed a professional foul.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out.
Takes a shot! Oh, special! That is a special goal! About as smooth as it gets. A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes. Nijmegen really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
He's in space and looking for options. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have. This is the time you need that pace.
And he's forced to go back. Iniesta plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And it's Messi.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Substitution on the field. Number
Arsenal
5.
have their second corner now.
Number 96.
And it's been taken short. Danny
Number
Olmo.
15. Costa Curta. Coming on the field.
Oh, that's neat.
Number 30.
That is
Conte.
good strength.
Number 98.
Oh, nice touch.
Owen. Number 4.
Oh, it's
Zanetti.
Batistuta. And Batistuta!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
And here's Danny Olmo. We are into overtime. Owen looking to get on the end of this. He's got away. Flings it across. And he's there to clear it.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Rashford is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. And here's Batistuta. Batistuta! It's there! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! That is so good, such sharp skills. And that will be the final act. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to... And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Yamal, chance for a shot! Oh, well spotted, had to be at his very sharpest there. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Schneider plays it short, and here's Schneider. Costa Curta. And that is expertly dealt with. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. So what can they make of this? And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Alessandro Costa Curta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Oh no, this does not look good. Great chance! And how good was that? About as smooth as it gets. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Nijmegen are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
That has really stirred things up, and if they carry on like this, things might even get louder here.
Rijkaard. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Messi. Lovely bit of skill. Now then, the ball's come loose. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Has a look and plays it forward. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Tries to pass it through. Barcelona applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. It
tries a shot! It's their second corner of the game. Schneider with the short one. And here's Schneider. And it's Schneider. Great challenge, time to perfection. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. He has found the way. Chance! Loose ball now, and oh, he's been caught napping. Mateus! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
And here's Zola. Little pass back. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
That was lovely, that.
That is a superb rearguard action. Now there's a fine ball. Oh, good-looking ball. Well, that is one way to stop him. Messi. Mbappe. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that.
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Corner number 3 coming up. Schneider goes short. And here's Schneider. They want to be quick to recover this. And now a sudden chance to counter. Stood up well to him there. Passing nice and neat. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And the finish! And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Zola. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now it's Cruyff. Schneider. Thinks about the shot. He's found a way through. Chooses to go back. Mateus did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Substitution.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. And it's Rijkaard. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
It is now time for our
See your views on the first half.
Please grab
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Leading 1-0 at the break. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Nijmegen definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Look at the space here. Barcelona can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Lahm could try cutting inside here. Khan deals with that nice and simple. Doué. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. So much time and space here. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's come loose. He's being urged to shoot. And this is Zola. Shot a goal! Now this could be a chance. Vieira defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Batistuta. Being still separated by the game's only goal.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He's in a great position here.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
It's a throw-in.
Substitution on the field. Number 15, Mateus. Number 21,
It's a pretty loose pass.
Number 96, Batistuta.
Pass is just off target.
Number 15,
Rijkaard.
Batistuta. Coming on the field, number 8,
Zola.
Ronaldinho.
This looks promising.
Number 19,
He's away. Can he finish? It's a goal! They have come roaring back.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly...
And the shots! Cruyff. Lahm. And they can counter here. Tries to play it through. And this is Cruyff. Face. Can he finish? It's loose now. Oh, what has happened here? And it's Rijkaard.
You have to expect that from everyone.
They're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Always onto this. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there. Half an hour gone in the second half. Doué. Yamal.
Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Zola, and the shot! World class from Zola! A finish of true class! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
And he decides to cross it. Tries to get it clear. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Rijkaard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cute ball now. Decent chance! He should have put that one away.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going two down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Substitution on the field.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Number 30, Conte. Substitution in progress.
Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. They're up to 5 corners now. And he's gone backward here. And a chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
The corner count is rising. That's 6. Keeper has taken decisive action.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Right card. McAllister. Neymar. Here's a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. And he's only too happy to take that back. Looking to play him in. Oh, what a mistake! He's picked his way through. Real chance! And with that, the final whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Your reflections then, Jim?
Nijmegen, absolutely shocking here. Shocking.
And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. He's in a great position here. Batistuta. Cruyff. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rice. Dani Olmo. Always onto this. Real chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he gets rid in a hurry. He's on it, can he get away? Oh, the ball's come loose here. Here comes the... and again! Tries to get it clear.
Kashima Antlers would very much seem to be growing their confidence here. You can feel it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Cruyff takes a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Cruyff plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No, that's been intercepted. That is good alertness. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. And it's Lahm. Cruyff. Looking for options for movement. Swings in. Oh, what a climb! We've got a goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
So far, so good, Peter, but they need to start thinking of the next one now. Take this momentum and force the issue even more.
Lahm looking to hit the byline here.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Rodri.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top.
Cruyff! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Nice interception, well, shapes to shoot! Decent enough try. Corner number 2 then. Oh, he's seen that. He's having a shot! And now they can spring out of defence. 30 minutes gone. Van Basten. Rodri gets over and intercepts. Threads one in. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Great vision. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Kashima Antlers clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute.
Nijmegen can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
And that is expertly dealt with. Batistuta. Now it's Haaland. Pressure coming in from all directions. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Great work on the overlap. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Now it's Haaland. Dani Olmo. Now it's Haaland. Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And Bremer. The ball has bounced loose now. Vieira. Now it's Yamal. That's an imaginative pass. Gabriel calmly anticipates. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. And that'll be the last act of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Those of you making their way home on
How would
public
you review the first
today,
half?
please watch the screen
Nijmegen
for
really
train
have
departure
looked
times
very
from
good
all
in
local major
transitions,
stations.
so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Oh, that's well spotted. And he's there to retrieve it. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Rice tries to pass it through.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Rodri spots it and intercepts. Yamal looking to play him in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Schmeichel gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Now it's Van Basten. Batistuta. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he's worked it through. That is a brilliant interception. And the finish! He's got a goal! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Haaland really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And it's Lahm. Lahm delivers. Header! There's a goal! Into the lead once more. That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Rodri. Cruyff. Owen. Stood up well to him there. Owen was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's been cut out, well played. Mateus. Yamal. Now it's Dani Olmo.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And here's Dani Olmo. He's a sharp little ball here. And here's Haaland. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. And that's been intercepted. That's really well manoeuvred. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Dani Olmo, just about up to 75 minutes. That is a great pick out. He's under a lot of pressure there. Mateus unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Yamal. He's cut it out.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Can he finish? So close to drawing level.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
Rodri. Now it's Haaland. Dani Olmo. Nesta cuts it out. Knocks it in. There's the shot! Really well taken goal. Again, we are level. What a contest!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Substitution on the field. Number 4, Danny Olmo.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So all square and not for the first time.
Well, this ought to give them some renewed energy. If anyone's going to win it in normal time, you've got to make them favourites now.
And it's Lopez. That's a good ball out wide. And here's the chance to counter. Rodri kept his eye on it, and he's there. That looks a decent ball. Tries to play it through. Lovely feet. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, this looks sharp. Pinches it off him. Rodri. Fermin. Soboslai has it out wide and in space. Marmouche. Now it's Lopez. Now this could be a chance, surely! And that is wildly off target. And it's Cruyff. Vitinha.
They want to make the most of this turnover.
Fermin. Soboslai. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time.
Substitution on the field. Number 3, Reimer.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still.
Jimenez. Substitution.
In with the challenge. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Van Dijk. Now it's Vitinha. Marmouche. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And here's Owen.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Vitinha. Now it's Greenwood. Fermin. And he's there to make the challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And he's intervened well there. Oh, robust challenge. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now it's Greenwood. Vitinha. Can he finish? In he goes again. Oh, that's incredible! And that may just do it! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. He's away! Oh, well played, well played. Owen. Rodri gets across to intercept that. Lopez has a look and plays it forward. We've reached the midway point in extra time. Both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them?
Substitution in progress.
Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Leicester cuts out the pass. Raul. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, that was vital.
Fermin.
Marmouche.
He steps in, and that's the end of that.
Vitinha.
Fermin.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Thinks about the shot. He's got tall. And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Kashima Antlers really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get on the end of this? Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. So, third corner of the game. A header! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Gabriel.
And it's Lopez.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Chance! And he hits the net! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Kashima Antlers could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see the more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
And that is that. So that is it, the end of the road. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Nijmegen really looked like they were just second to everything, disjointed even. Yeah, it was a high-intensity game, and that may have gotten to some of the players, but even so, it was just disappointing on a lot of levels.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And as you can see, we've already started here. Cannavaro, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Short changes him with that pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Kante. And he's being shifted off it. Well, we all know of Johan Cruyff as the father of total football, but what can we expect from him on the pitch, Jim?
He'll be the conductor, Peter, making sure that his team creates space and make good use of it. I expect him to be running the show and adding a touch of class to proceedings.
Winning with style, and that's what he has always been about.
Always.
That's been cut out, well played. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Cruyff. Now that's well seen too. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Good ball, good take. And he's in on... He's had a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Looking for the run. Oh, that's a key interception. It's a threatening ball. Mateus. Albert Ferrer calmly anticipates. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines, and it's Rijkaard. That is good strength. Ronaldinho touches it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
He certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
He'll fancy himself from here. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Ronaldinho! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. And he's cut it out. That's a lovely, neat pass. And it's Cruyff. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Pele! Crossbar comes to the rescue. That's a sharp pass. Van Basten has it out wide and inspects. Shapes to shoot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Still goalless at the moment. Albert Ferrer. Ronaldinho looking to be a menace in the final third. Norway looking to pass their way through. Mateus. Roberto Baggio.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Lahm. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. Cruyff. Ronaldinho. Now it's Pele. Kante gets over and intercepts.
Norway are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Now it's Pele. He has a look up. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now it's Roberto Baggio. Marquinhos kept his eye on it, and he's there. Pelé. Knocks it into space. No, that's been intercepted. And the counter is on. Oh, well measured. And this is Cruyff. He's got away. It's Van Basten! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh no, this does not look good. Cross goes in there. Bullish header! He's been... It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Norway finding their passes. Pelé! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Norway really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
There's the whistle for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Oh, what a terrific 45 minutes, all triggered by a helter-skelter tempo that has, you know, been very open, end-to-end, ding-dong stuff, with so much to enjoy. It's a cracking watch.
Leading 1-0 at the break.
And a quick reminder today to please take all litter to bins located by the entrance gates. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. It's a good spell of possession, this. Now it's Pelé, picks out, goes for a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
Albert Ferrer makes the interception. Now it's Cruyff. Pass is just off target. Marquinhos. Ball played for Rijkaard. And it's Ronaldinho. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. Mbappe. Now it's Cruyff. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Pelé gets flagged offside. Albert Ferrer cuts it out. Cruyff. Nesta gets across to intercept that. Still just the single goal between the sides. Mateus. And it's Cruyff. Norway looking to pass their way through. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the... And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Van Basten going about things with real menace. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Cruyff. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Norway really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Chance here to counter. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rijkaard. Now it's Van Basten. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Mateus. Taken back almost at once. Now it's Pelé. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now it's Van Basten. Zanetti. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. Norway really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Referee has just said play on. Ronaldinho. Norway finding their passes. And it's Baggio. Nice physical challenge. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Pelé. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? That is good alertness.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Lahm with the foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Substitution for Norway, number 18.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Well, I suppose, Peter, in a tight game like this is as good a time as any to make a change.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Pinches it off him.
Number 10.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Number 13, Gabby Simmons.
That's surely a foul. Free kick.
Look, Peter, what they need now are cool heads and discipline, and instead it looks like they've got a liability in their side.
Very little time to go, and they have a free... Isco! Brilliant by Isco! He's got himself an absolute peach. Dying minutes, and we're all square again. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Has been indicated.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which augurs well if this goes to extra time.
And he was quick to react. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Our fan club members who are celebrating
Well,
their
fitness
birthdays
and
today.
fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time.
Substitution for Norway, number 14, Rijkaard.
90 minutes gone
Coming on to
and
replace
nothing
him
between
is
them still.
Number 6, Conte.
Bremer. Albert Ferrer. Doué is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Lahm. And it's Conte. Conte. And this is Owen. Simons. Facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Passing is crisp and sharp. And Bremer. Passes short and sharp. That's an excellent interception. Owen. And it's Cruyff. Doué. Owen. Owen. There's the shot! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Lahm. Marquinhos spots it and intercepts. In with the challenge. Conte. Now it's Cruyff. And this is Cruyff. He's through. Shot, surely! Oh, yes, it's there! And that has raised the roof! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Number 10, Johan Cruyff.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Conte. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Isco. Extra time reaches half-time.
Just a quick request today for everybody.
Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? And so the last chance to find a winner. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Raul. Threads one in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Isco. Now Simons. Simons. Owen. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Owen. Raul. And it's Lahm. Now it's Cruyff. That has found him in acres of space. Can he finish?
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Doué. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And this is the big chance. Desperate defending required here. Oh, what takes a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. I think we're just about done here.
Norway really don't have a choice now.
Face to face with the keeper. Now that is a hefty challenge. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Conte. And that is as far as it goes. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. Your reflections then, Jim?
Nijmegen really deserve a lot of credit for what I'm sure would be a real confidence-boosting win. Such a huge game being played. There were so many factors that would have got the doubters going, but I guess they'll all go a little quiet now.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Please be made aware that smoking is only permitted in designated areas within these grounds.
Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And already we're underway here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I've always liked this guy, Jordan Henderson. He's someone who has had unrealistic expectations to live up to, but his athleticism, his improved passing, the fact that he's become more adventurous has definitely made him a much better player, and all underpinned by a great desire and real commitment.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And it's Kukçu. White has it in a wide position.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Oh, this looks sharp. And he was quick to react. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's a throw. Neymar. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Oh, a few ironic cheers tell the story. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Haaland. Chance here to counter. Now it's Batistuta. And he cuts out the supply. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
And Sola! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Kukçu. Looking to play him in. He's in a great position here. Header! Sticks it away! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see
the shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Haaland has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar, it's a really well-measured ball. Oh, that's neat. And it's White. Zanetti does really well to win the ball there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Cruyff. That's very neat. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Neymar. Another throw-in. Kokchu threads one in. Cruyff looking for options for movement. Oh, he's found support out wide. Bullish header! No, not the best of headers.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Rijkaard. And it's Lam. Now it's Owen. Oh, just Owen! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Khan trying to keep this in. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Neymar. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Opts to play it back. It's roll! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, well played. Batistuta! Milan have the chance to go the other way. Out to the right. Owen hurtling down that right flank. Oh, that's fabulous. Elects to cross.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Neymar is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Zola does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And the referee brings the first half to a close. To review the first half.
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game, and it's easier said than done, as we know.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 17. Viene sostituito.
Here we go again.
Numero 7.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey.
Owen! And that's left him on the seat of his pants.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Deep cross. Good read, needed to be. Neymar. Kokchu. And it's Neymar. Now it's Haaland. Zola. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Driving on and making good progress. Cruyff did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep it. Just the goalkeeper to beat. Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
He'll fancy himself from here. Looking here to alter the direction of the game. Cruyff! Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Oh, for the keeper to get down to that was top class, but to actually stop himself from spilling it was exceptional. That's great goalkeeping.
That's headed upfield.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Now it's Haaland. Aims beyond the decent chance! Rijkaard. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Now it's Batistuta. Tries a shot! Zola. David Villa. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Neymar charging forward, the ball at his feet. And a chance! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Milan really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 25.
Milan have their second corner now.
Neymar.
They've played it short. And here's Kutchu.
Il numero 20. Il numero 10. Cambio di giocatore.
Kutchu. Now it's Villa. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Van Basten. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
That has not gone well. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, cracking ball. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Back into the middle. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Nijmegen clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup. I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Oh, it's Neymar! Zanetti. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Messi. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Camavinga. Mateus. And this is Cruyff. And he's being shifted off it. Messi. That's gone for a throw-in. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Well timed, excellent interception. Spread it left. Vinicius Junior. That's a nicely shaped ball. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. And here's Mbappe. Flamengo have got it back and they'll have another go. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Van Basten. Now he's had a shot! It's in! Could it be coming? Is it coming? Those fans believe it just might be. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, Peter, this now poses the question of stick or twist. Do they immediately go for another one, or sit back and wait patiently for the opportunity to break?
And it's Neymar. Van Basten. He won't be happy with that one. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, played right into his path. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Thiaw did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Decent chance! Sticks it away! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Van Basten. That's a shade optimistic. Vardiol. Time and again they are repelled. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Cruyff. Spread out to the left. Half an hour played now. Thiaw cuts out the pass. Modric distributed tidily. Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Cruyff. And this is Van Basten. He's a sharp little ball here. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And here's Mbappe. Modric. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Van Basten. He's looking wide. This looks promising. Oh, that's fabulous. He's having a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Flamengo have the chance to go the other way. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Neymar. Alexander-Arnold. Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press. Lahm. He's got away. Lahm plays it in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
There will be 1 minute.
That's
added
alert
time.
and sharp and very well played.
And he's picked it up out wide. That is lovely. He's in a great position here. And it's played in here. Nesta attempt. And the first half is done. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Nijmegen clearly have plenty of cause to be happy, Peter, but they'll need to resist the temptation to just sit on the lead second half. The opposition will be doing their utmost to try and get back into this, so they have to be alert.
A half of massive entertainment and excitement. A 2-goal margin, yes, but all things still
Substitution in
possible.
progress.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Some resolute defending there. Modric kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Guardiola. Cannavaro. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Cross flung in towards the middle. And he's there to... And he's had a hit! Well, that is rather wayward.
Flamengo are showing good urgency, but they have to place more emphasis on service into the box.
Tries to play it through. Guardiola spots it and intercepts.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Neymar. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Vinicius Junior. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Now it's Romario. And they're back on the ball again. And reclaimed it in a trice. Oh, can he get onto this? Now it's Vinicius Junior. Guardiola. Neymar. Foot in. It's a really well-measured ball. Van Basten goes on a charge down the left. Alexander-Arnold. That's a sharp pass. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And the finish!